A 90-year-old woman named Gloria recently shared a realization that took her nearly a century to figure out. The perfect, calm moment you are waiting for to finally start living your life is a complete lie. We all fall into this habit. We tell ourselves we will take the trip, start the hobby, or make the change when the timing is right. We wait until kids are older, until the debt is paid off, or until January rolls around. But buying into this illusion carries a massive cost. You spend decades of your life sitting on the sidelines, pushing off the exact experiences that actually matter while you wait for conditions to improve. There is no magical point in the future where everything lines up. The universe is never going to tap you on the shoulder and grant you permission to begin. Consider Gloria's physical reality. For almost 3 decades, starting in 1971, she managed a grocery store in a small Michigan town, working 6 days a week, 51 weeks a year. She poured her entire being into the daily operations of that building. She knew every supplier, memorized the delivery schedules, and quietly set aside discounted, dented cans for customers on fixed incomes. She cared for that business the way someone cares for a child. Yet, while her attention was utterly consumed by inventory and staffing, she was completely neglecting her own life outside of those sliding glass doors. This is the core psychological trap of putting your life on hold. When you are in the middle of it, waiting does not feel like procrastination. It feels indistinguishable from being a responsible adult. Working through your own birthday 11 years in a row might feel like a point of pride, but sacrificing your time is only noble when you consciously choose to do it. Otherwise, you are just defaulting to the easiest possible path, staying busy so you don't have to ask yourself what you actually want. Gloria had convinced herself that the grocery store was a ticking time bomb. She believed that if she took even a single week off, the entire operation would collapse without her constant supervision. Then she retired in the year 2000, and the objective reality hit her. A new manager stepped in, the registers opened at 7, the shelves were stocked, and nobody panicked. She traded 29 years of her life to keep that store breathing, and the company completed the transition to her replacement in exactly 14 days. An institution that replaces a lifetime of work in a fortnight does not deserve 3 decades of your absolute devotion. The casualties of waiting extended straight into her family. Every summer, her daughter asked to visit Mackinac Island. Every summer, Gloria promised they would go next year, until her daughter simply stopped asking. People employ a simple psychological defense mechanism to protect themselves. Eventually, a loved one hears the phrase, "not yet," so many times that they interpret it as no, and they stop reaching out. The tragedy deepened with her husband Dale, who spent 15 years slowly losing his health to diabetes. For years, they deferred their dream of driving out to see the Grand Canyon, waiting for the day he would finally feel better. They also delayed taking a short trip to see a baseball game at the historic Tigers Stadium in Detroit, assuming they had plenty of time before the city tore it down. The mythical better never arrived. Dale's illness progressed, and his long period of waiting ended with a one-way trip to the hospital. The harsh truth is that the people you love are not going to send you a memo when their time starts running out. Waiting relies on a guarantee of the future, a guarantee that simply does not exist. The physical evidence of Gloria's self-neglect sat on her bedroom shelf, a little tin of watercolor paints she bought on a whim at a craft fair in 1982, hoping to one day sit quietly and paint barns. She put that tin on her bedroom shelf, waiting for her schedule to clear. It sat completely untouched for 22 years, until the paints inside cracked, dried out, and became totally useless. Things do not slow down. Instead, your biology slows down. Your energy fades, your hands develop a shake, and the physical steadiness required to execute your deferred passions quietly disappears. Waiting drains your time, and the physical capacity of your own body to execute those dreams. Gloria's reality looks very different today. At age 85, she bought a new set of paints. Now she sits at her kitchen table every morning with shaking hands, finally achieving the quiet calm she desired over 4 decades ago. The barns she paints look like they have been through an earthquake, but they are the messy, vibrant evidence of a woman who finally chose to start living. At 90, the distinction is clear. Waiting is not patience. It is fear in a nice outfit. It disguises itself as maturity and responsibility, but it is just the fear of failure. It is the fear that people will judge you, or the fear that the dream you've built up in your head won't match reality once you try it. Go do the thing you are putting off. Do it right now, this week. Do it badly, and do it when you feel foolish, because foolish and alive beats dignified and full of regret every single time, and the permission you are waiting for is never going to arrive.